everyone. My name is Rosita. I am a vocal and language coach, meaning not only do I teach people how to speak in different languages, I also teach people how to sing in them as well. In today's video, we are going to learn the main parts of speech in English. These are going to be very important to identify so we know how to better build a sentence pattern. The main parts of speech are going to include nouns, verbs, articles, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. So let's go ahead and let's learn what these parts of speech do and how they fit in to English sentences. All right, so let's learn about nouns and pronouns. Nouns are people, places, or things, whereas pronouns are words that can replace nouns. We will know pronouns like I, you, he, she, it, we, they, me, him, mine, yours, etc. Now, nouns and pronouns can be subjects of a sentence. They can be objects of a sentence or objects of a preposition. So let's take a look at a basic sentence pattern here. So here we have the subject plus the verb plus the object. I ate an apple. I is the pronoun here, and I am the subject. I am the person doing the action. And an apple, which is also a noun, here this is an object. Let's look at another example. She went to Hawaii. She is a pronoun, and she is the subject. She is doing the action. And Hawaii is a place, and this proper noun is being used as an object. Let's look at one final example. People like pizza. People is a noun, it's a subject, they're doing the liking. And pizza, which is a food item, it's a thing, this is an object. So, the basic sentence pattern when using nouns is we have the subject plus the verb plus an object. So nouns and pronouns can either be a subject of a sentence or an object of a sentence or objects of a preposition. Verbs. Verbs are words that express action or a state of being in a sentence. Now, most verbs are indeed action verbs that have one or more parts. So meaning they may have different conjugations depending on the tense we are in. For an example, if I wanted to say, I run, or I am running, I had been running. Now, verbs are usually going to follow a subject and can be followed by an object. Now, as we continue on in learning more about verbs, we're going to be learning about different types of verbs that exist. So remember the sentence pattern that we talked about in the nouns and pronouns section? Let's bring that pattern back. Let's look at the example, I eat an apple. I is the pronoun. Eat is the verb. And then we have our object, an apple. Now, there is a sentence pattern in where we can just have the subject plus the verb. So if I wanted to say, oh, I jog, that's fine. An object can be optional. More on that in future videos. Articles. Now, articles are little words that give information about a noun. They're going to come before a noun and usually show how many of a noun there are. Now, common articles are going to include a, an, and the. And there are other similar words that are determiners like numbers, 1, 2, or a quantifier like many, some, a few, etc. We're going to learn about two types of articles in the beginning. Definite articles, the, and indefinite articles like a and an. But more on that when we further talk about nouns and pronouns. So here, let's take a look at the sentence pattern when using articles. Here, we're just going to place the article before a noun. For an example, a dog, an apple, the classes. Adjectives. Now, adjectives are words that describe nouns. Adjectives give information about the noun's color, shape, size, age, characteristics, personality traits, the number of something, the quantity, and more. Now, adjectives will have two sentence patterns. We will have an adjective that comes before the noun, and we will have the subject plus the verb to be plus the adjective. For an example, this is a beautiful flower. Beautiful is the adjective here, and it's placed before the noun. I can also say the flower is beautiful. So here I have the subject, the flower, then a conjugation of the verb to be, is, and beautiful, which is the adjective. Adverbs. Adverbs are words that can describe verbs, adjectives, and other adverbs, or even the whole sentence, actually. And most adverbs are usually going to end in ly. So most of the time when you see a word that ends with an ly, it's probably an adverb. Now, there are more sentence patterns here, so let's break it down. The first sentence pattern is we have the subject plus the adverb plus a verb. For an example, I often go to the gym. I being the subject, often being the adverb, go being the verb, and to the gym is the object of preposition. The second sentence pattern, we have the subject plus the verb plus the adjective. For an example, I speak Spanish fluently. I being the subject, speak being the verb, Spanish being the object, and fluently the adverb. The next sentence pattern is we have the subject plus a verb plus an adverb plus another verb plus the object, which is optional. Let's check out this example. I am quickly preparing lunch. I being the subject, am being the conjugation of the verb to be, which is a verb, quickly being the adverb, preparing being the other verb, and lunch is the object. Next, we have an adverb plus an adverb. For an example, you speak English really well. Really is an adverb and well is an adverb. We got three more. Then we have an adverb plus an adjective. So like, oh, this is very shiny. Very being the adverb and shiny being an adjective. All right, we're down to two more. Here we have an adverb plus the subject plus the verb plus the object. For an example, actually, I love rainy days. Actually being the adverb, I being the subject, like being the verb, and rainy days being the object. Now, alternatively, I can flip it. Could start off with the subject plus the verb plus the object, plus the adverb. I love rainy days, actually. Both will express the same thing. Prepositions. Now, prepositions are little words that indicate a direction, a time, a place, etc. And prepositions are usually going to be followed by a noun. So the sentence pattern, or the pattern here, will be a preposition plus a noun. For an example, I'm going to school. To being the preposition and school being the noun. My birthday is in July. In being the preposition, July being a noun. Conjunctions. Conjunctions are short words that join two sentences or two similar parts of speech together. Now, there is an acronym that we can learn so we know what words are conjunctions, and it's known as fanboys. F for, A for and, N for nor, B for but, O for or, Y for yet, and S for so. These words are common conjunctions that we use in English. And there are a number of sentence patterns that we can use when using conjunctions. Let's take a look at the first one. So, conjunctions can link two sentences together. So we have a subject, verb, plus an object, plus a conjunction, plus a subject, verb, and an object. For an example, I always go to the gym to be healthy, but I love pizza. True story. The second pattern is here we have a verb plus an object, plus a conjunction, plus another verb, plus an object. For an example, she brushes her teeth and washes her face before bed. Brushes her teeth is the first verb and object, and being the conjunction here, and then washes her face is the other verb and object. Then we have a noun plus conjunction plus another noun. My daughter ate cake and ice cream on her birthday. So cake being a noun and being a conjunction, and ice cream being another noun. Then we have a verb plus a conjunction plus another verb. You can call or text me. Call being a verb, or being a conjunction, text, which is another verb. Two more. Here we have an adjective plus a conjunction plus another adjective. My dog is cute and smart. So cute being an adjective and being a conjunction, and smart being another adjective. And last one, here we have an adverb plus a conjunction plus another adverb. The ballerina danced beautifully and gracefully. Beautifully being an adverb and being the conjunction, and gracefully being another adverb. So, learning these parts of speech, we see how they can work together and how they can build on each other. We can build different kinds of sentences to express different things. All right, guys, so let's do a quick recap of everything that we have learned. We learned some of the main parts of speech in English. By identifying these parts, it will allow us to better build sentences in English. The parts of speech that we briefly went over were nouns and pronouns, verbs, articles, adverbs, prepositions, and conjunctions. If you guys have further questions or would like more practice, please be sure to check out my English grammar classes here on this platform. And if you guys feel like you missed something or you guys were confused about something, please feel free to rewatch this video as many times as you guys need. And until next time, I shall see you in the next video, or better yet, the next class. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.